What's up guys, in today's video I would love to tell you everything you need to know about support and resistance, what is support and resistance, how to draw the support and resistance, time frames to trade the support and resistance strategies in the market, and also I'll be showing you my special support and resistance strategies that you can use in the market and make reasonable figures from the market. So in this video I'm going to cover everything for you, so you don't have to kind of stress yourself or bother yourself that much in order to get this knowledge I'm about to pass out to you. So let's get into the video. Let me show you these things that I'm about to pass to you for free, guys. So what support and resistance zones in the market? Support and resistance zones are areas whereby we buy and we sell in the market. The support zone is for the buying side, while the resistance zone is for the selling side. But support can also turn resistance and resistance can turn support, but that is in an advanced way whereby we call it demand and supply zones in the market. But that's not our major target in today's video. I would just love to tell you more about the support and resistance zones for now. Then probably in my next video I will tell you more about the demand and supply zones in the market. So let's get into the chart. Let me show you how these support and resistance zones looks like in the market and how to spot it out in the market also, because there are tools we use in the market in order to find these support and resistance zones in this market. So let's get into the chart. Let me show you these right now. Alright, welcome to the chart where I'll be showing you on how to spot these support and resistance zones in the market, how to bring it out from where it is hidden in the market and know where to place it also in the market. So let me show you where you can find these support and resistance zones in the market. First of all, you have to tap on your screen so that these objects will come out in the market. Then you tap on this place whereby you can see triangle, circle and box. Then once you tap on that place, you'll see this place where you write add objects. In case you don't know the name of the object, you can just go to this place and you will find this horizontal line. So this horizontal line is the line that we use whenever we want to trade support and resistance in the market. You don't use the trend line, you don't use the trend by angle, you don't use the cycle, you don't use the arrows also. So you have to make sure you're using the horizontal line where you want to draw support and resistance zones in the market. So we're going to tap on this horizontal line right now. Let's see what's going to happen. So once you tap on it, it's not even going to reflect on your chart, but you just have to tap on your chart again to make sure you bring it out. So we'll tap on our chart right now and bring it out to the chart again. So right now that you have seen the tools that we use in order to draw these support and resistance zones in the market, I would also love to teach you how to draw these support and resistance zones in the market. Because if you don't know how to draw it after seeing it, then that's rubbish already in the market. And also in this video, as I said before, I will take you to a point whereby you can use these support and resistance zones perfectly after this video. All you just need to do is watch the end and learn the things I'm about to say. So let's get to the point whereby I will teach you how to draw this perfectly and the right time frame to draw it from, because you have to know what you're doing in the market in order to make money. If you do any mistake, you lose money. So you have to know the right time frames to pass it from, and also know why you should and shouldn't use those time frames in order to get your support and resistance zones in the market, guys. Let's get to the chart also. So this is how to draw support and resistance zones in the market. Don't forget, this one is the first one that we brought out the other time, but we can just delete it and bring it back again so that it won't be as if we don't know what we're doing in the market. So just go back to that place whereby we see the three triangles again. We tap on it, look at the horizontal line. This is the first one you see here. We just tap on it and we bring it back to the chart again. So whenever you want to trade these support and resistance zones in the market, the first thing you need to do is make sure you're taking it from the higher time frames. Like right now that we're on the 15 minutes time frame, if we are to take any support and resistance zones around this place, we might make serious mistakes in the market, which might not be that okay for us. So this is what's going to happen here in this market now. Let's go to the higher time frames. So this is our D1 time frame around this place, which is the daily time frame. I want to get a good support zone in this market. So look at how we get the support zones. Sometimes you don't meet people that will tell you that you should take your support zones around the wick of the candle, while some will tell you that you should place it on the body, the lowest part of the body of the candle, which is the last part before the wick of the candle. But the perfect one is just the one that I'm gonna show you right now. But the perfect one is you placing the horizontal line below the body of the candle, not the wick. So after placing it around this place, we have to drag it back to the 15 minutes time frame in order for us to get the right entry on this market. So looking at this market, you can see that we're even expecting the market to get back to this place. So this support zone is a very good one, but still yet we just have to make sure we are doing the right thing at the right time. Let's not be like we're expecting the market to come back to a place whereby the market have tested before. So we're gonna place another one around our lower time frames in order for us to have a plan A and a plan B whenever we want to trade the support and resistance zones in the market. So let's go back to the H4 time frame right now. So on the H4 time frame, this is what's gonna happen on this time frame. Right now I've got the major support zone in this market. This is where the support zone is right now, and this is what we're gonna do in the market. We're gonna place under one, which is under support zone, for us to a kind of track where the market is actually going to. Then we will know what we're gonna do on this market. So looking at this place, you can see this continuational pattern around this place, whereby we're gonna place our stop loss above that area, telling us that this place is already occupied the market and we don't expect the market to go below that place. So looking at this now, we're going to drag it back to another time frame again, which is the H1 time frame, in order for us to still get another good entry in this market. So looking at the H1 time frame, you can see what is happening in the market also. So this support zone is in a continuational pattern, just like the way I said before, and this continuational pattern is looking like a strong one. So we're expecting the market to hold this support zone at this point, or we kind of drag it up a little bit to this part, which is the part whereby we don't expect the market to a kind of drop down to again. So we don't expect the market to break this candle around this place. So what we're gonna do right now is leave our support zone around that place, or we go back to our M30 time frame and the M15 time frame, which is the last time frame we're gonna use on this chart. So look at this M30 time frame right now. You can see what the market is doing. So this market is a kind of going to retest around this place. So we're gonna place it where now you can see how it looks like on this. So we're gonna drag it a little bit. Alright, we're gonna drag it a little bit, which is another area whereby we're expecting the market to get to. Then we go to the M15. So on the M15 right now, you can see what the market is doing. You can see the distance between our support zone and where the market is right now. So look at what's gonna happen right now. We're gonna drag it up a little bit in order for us to get this final confirmation as our plan A in this market. So look at our plan A in this market, which is this place. That is the first point. We're expecting the market not to break again, but if at all the market breaks this point, we are gonna lose our trade on this, and we're gonna wait for that first zone, which is that one that we took on the daily time frame, in order to hold the trade for us for a very long time. So this is not like you are kind of doing trial log or any other thing that you might think, but this is just like a plan A in the market and a plan B in the market, because mostly a lot of people lose a lot of money because they don't have plans in the market. They just enter the market and they do whatever they see in the market. So imagine yourself going to the market right now, and all you just have to do is follow these candles on the M15 time frame. Maybe just place your support zone around this place. Imagine placing it around this place. Do you know how much you're gonna lose from this market? It's gonna be a lot of money, because this place is never strong enough to keep an uptrend. So you have to know where the support zone is gonna come from. Then from there, you can expect the market to kind of get back to it if we are in a downtrend, because we get our support zones at the buying areas, and the buying areas are the uptrend, and the downtrend, which is the selling areas, which is our resistance. So let me just show you again how the resistance works in the market, since we have gotten some few education about the support side. So right now, I just want to draw the resistance points for you in the market also, so you can know the difference between the support areas and the resistance areas in the market. So look at what's going to happen in this place. Look at what happened in this place. Yeah. So we're going to bring out our tool just like the way we used to do it. We're going to bring it out and look at what we're going to do in this place. So look at this place whereby we have support, resistance in this place. So we had a strong resistance point in this place, which we add a pin bar, which is a very strong tool in the market that confirms that there's gonna be a very good downtrend in this place. So having this in the market, normally we don't expect the market to break the pin bar anymore, so we're kind of use this place as our major resistance point in the market, whereby we're kind of expecting the other side to be our next zone in the market. So we're gonna bring out under horizontal line and place it on the other part, whereby we're expecting minor moves in the market, since we have our major move already and we don't expect the market to kind of break our major move in the market. So let's see what's gonna happen. Look at this first place whereby we just took our second move in the market, which is our plan B. So look at this plan B in this place, which is this one that I'm dragging, the 255150.92. That place is a place where we expected the market to drop from, and the market even had to break it a little bit, but guess what? But as far as the market hasn't taken our first area, which is the 260833.37, which is our first or major move in the market is still accurate. So we got the market come close to that place. This first one broke it. That was a sign that the market might not even go well at that point, but as far as this other point wasn't taken away, we still had to hold on to the trade. So looking at this place, you can see another candle that broke this resistance zone in the market, telling us that place is not even strong enough to hold the trade. And from there, we also got another area whereby the candle came very close to our first zone, which is our major zone in this market, but couldn't break it also. Then from there, we kept having our downtrend. So look at what the market kept doing. The market just came very close to there, many attempts, and never got to break it. So from there, you can see the kind of sales that came down to this point. That was a very big, massive sale in the market. So this is how to draw your resistance points in the market. So just like the way we got our first move in the market, whereby we're expecting the market right now to give us an uptrend, that's the same way we're gonna do on the resistance side if we're in a downtrend also. So we're gonna bring back our support zones in the market. Let's get to do the things the right way, just like the way we did the first time. So look at it, we place our first one around this place, then we also place our second one, I think around this side, yeah, somewhere like here. So we're gonna check on this to see if what we're doing is actually correct. Let's check on the second one. So okay, look at what's gonna happen right now. I'm gonna drag it a little bit. Alright, so this was gonna happen in this place, and look at what the market is doing. The market is going higher, and we're kind of expecting the market to just get a retest around that place. Then from there, we're gonna push the market to another level. So let's see what's gonna happen in this market. Let's see if this is gonna hold the market to the upside, or if this is gonna break, then we get another entry on this daily time frame also. So let's see what's gonna be the result of the market. So that's how to support and resistance zones in the market whenever you want to trade in the market. So right now, let me tell you the rules I apply whenever I'm using the support and resistance zones in the market. My first rule is I make sure I follow the trend. I will always preach about this. I will always tell every trader to follow the trend, because I know that that's where the money is, and if you don't get to follow the trend, you're gonna lose a whole lot of money from the market. So the trend should be your number one friend whenever you want to trade anything in the market. Make sure you're following the trend to do that. Very important, guys. And also the second thing that I do whenever I want to kind of trade the support and resistance zones in the market is I make sure I start my analysis from the higher time frame. A lot of people will tell you that go to the 50 minutes time frame, go and make your analysis there and get to know what the market is doing for that day. Then from there you can kind of get into the market and make money from the market. But I will tell you for free that that's a very big lie, and you shouldn't listen to that. So whenever you want to take this support and resistance zones in the market, make sure you follow up with the higher time frames. Very important, because if you don't get to do this the right way, you will get to lose your money, and you are kind of trading your money with other assets. So your target is to become profitable and not to go against the trend and become unprofitable. And also using these higher time frames to help you kind of know what is exactly going to happen in the market for the whole of that week, for the whole of that day, for the whole of that 4 hours time frame. Whatever the time frame is, bringing it down to the 15 minutes time frame. Or if you want to even take your sniper entries, you can go to the 5 minutes time frame, you can go to the 1 minute time frame. From there you can kind of get these sniper entries and use the market. But getting your entries in the 15 minutes time frame is not still bad. So I always advise traders to kind of get the entries in the 15 minutes time frame. But first of all, you have to drag it from the higher time frames to the lower time frames. Very important. If you don't do this, you might end up taking the wrong support and resistance zones in the market, while you think you are kind of doing the right thing at the wrong time. So you have to kind of do the right thing at the right time and get to see results as you trade the market, guys. So right now, I believe you have learned a lot of things from the chart already, and I know you're gonna make reasonable money from the market if only you are serious with these things that I taught you right now in this video. So all you just have to do for me right now is make sure you apply these things on your demo account, so you can know the difference between what you have been doing before and what you're about to do in the future. Because what matters now is the knowledge you just get from this video. Whenever you see any video that has to teach you anything on YouTube, make sure you apply it on your demo account and see if it's gonna work for you. But I believe in this video you're gonna make a whole lot of money trading the support and resistance zones in the market. So all you just have to do is practice on your demo account and make sure you get to master these things within yourself, before you try it on your live account. So don't forget to kind of download this video in case you might need it in the future. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like the video, and also share the video with other traders in case they might need this information also. So that's all you need to know about today's video. Peace and love. See you in the next one.